Hey everyone, and welcome to my masterclass, What to Wear on a Date. This is by far the biggest question I get whenever I'm helping guys with their wardrobe is, Supreet, help me, what do I wear on a date? And, dating doesn't necessarily mean you're out there dating looking for your life partner. Maybe you already have someone. And it's very important just to not only show up for them, but show for yourself and really represent yourself in the best light to keep your spark alive. So, whether you are looking for someone or you already have someone, what to wear on a date is very important. So, first things first, whenever I go into my client's wardrobe and I ask them, what are you wearing? They always pull out this like super oversized blazer that probably came from a suit jacket, a really loose dress shirt, and a pair of jeans, and some like old scruffy dress shoes. And they're like, this is what I'm wearing. And, I have some feedback. And I want to debunk a couple of things because a lot of guys think they need to like dress to the T, dress to the nine. They have to be super dressy, like wear a blazer, wear whatever to a date. And I want to talk about that. The myth about dressing for dating is that you have to be extra dressed up for all your dates. You should always wear a suit jacket or a blazer. You have to look a very specific way and you need to look flashy. Like, I need to look like, I'm rich or I'm this or I'm that and I have everything together. That is a myth. You do not need to go and wear a suit or a blazer or whatever it is to a date. More importantly, the truth is, you want to dress for your date depending on a couple of things. And the biggest thing I want to say is you want to show who you are and your personality. So, a couple of things I ask, I would ask you to ask yourself, what is your personal style? Where are you going? What vibe do you want to give off? And what kind of person are you going out with? Because it can depend. If you're dressed up super to the nine and the person you're going out with is so casual, it's really going to set things off on the wrong foot. So, in this masterclass, I actually want to highlight three of my clients that I've worked with this year, who have helped with their dating wardrobe. I changed around names, for privacy's sake, but let's get started. So, first person, Rob. Rob is in his mid 30s. He's a consultant. He's looking for a long term relationship. And his go to date spot is a nice wine bar in the financial district. He loves this bar, he frequents it a lot. The bar is really nice, kind of on the dressier side of things. But this is like his spot, he loves it. Everyone knows him there. And Rob's personal aesthetic, I wanted to get to know Rob a bit more, beyond just his clothes. Like, who are you, Rob? And what I got from the conversation is he rather dress up than dress down. He'd rather be the best looking guy there than the not looking guy. And then he also appreciates the nicer things. You'll find him at the opera, the symphony, the museums. Considering his go-to spot is a nice wine bar, it kind of goes with that aesthetic. And now Rob had a date with this woman that was coming up, and her name is Laura. So I asked a little bit about Laura. Let's get to know her. So Laura works in sales, and just from my experience of working with people in sales, I know they have to dress up a bit, just because of the type of career that they have. From their conversation through the messages, he got that she's very career focused, which he liked. She likes to frequent nice restaurants because she's a foodie. So whether it's like a Michelin star or an upcoming Michelin star, she had mentioned that she loves tasting menus and that kind of stuff. And then from her photos, he showed me a couple of photos. It definitely looks like she dresses up a bit. Her photos were definitely in a dress. She's wearing heels. She was looking very nice in her photos. So I generally get that aesthetically, they do kind of match. So for Rob, I recommended, well, first things first, Rob's style persona, he's a dressy guy, is just what I got from his aesthetic, just talking to him where he frequents, looking at his closet. The biggest thing being he'd rather dress up than dress down. You're not going to really find Rob in like ripped jeans or joggers or anything like that. He likes to make an effort. So specifically for Rob, I recommended an unstructured textured sports coat. Throwing a lot of words at you. Let me explain that. So, unstructured basically means when you have a jacket and it doesn't have shoulder padding. So, a traditional blazer or sports coat, does have a bit of stronger shoulder, making it a little bit more serious. But when you get an unstructured one, there is no padding, so you still get the aesthetic of a sports coat blazer, but you don't get the stuffiness of it. And the texture, so instead of it looking super fancy from a suit jacket or something, the texture actually dresses it down just slightly. So again, structure wise, you're getting, the dressy look, but the details, the not padded shoulders, the bit of texture in the sports coat is adding a teeny hint of casual, which I think is nice for a date. And then I told Rob that we're going to pair it with a nice tucked in dress shirt. Let's do dark jeans just because, you are going out at night, you're going to a wine bar. Dark jeans is a nice way to look dressy, but, not over the top with dress pants or anything. And if he wanted, he can cuff the bottom. So we kind of play around with that. He liked it for certain things and didn't like it for certain. So we'll see what he does. And then I told Rob to go for a dress boot rather than, fancy like dress shoes, just because a dress boot is slightly more casual, but still dressy. And, to show a bit of personality with this outfit, we had gotten him a pair of Oxford style dress boots. And if you look at the boot in the photo, it has a bit of stitching on it. That is kind of the baroguing or the Oxford style that I was talking about. It just adds a tinge of personality rather than just like a very clean dress boot. And then I said, Rob, wear your nice watch to accessorize. You like the nicer things in life or your favorite watch, just to kind of show that you are a guy who likes to dress up a bit. And, we're topping the look off with a nice belt. And so this is what I would recommend for Rob. And as you can see, I was like, you don't always have to wear a suit jacket or a blazer. But in Rob's case, just because his style persona is dressy, it actually really suited him well. We just turned it down a notch just by, adding in texture, taking away the shoulders, and really gave him this really nice look that he would look very fresh and clean in. All right, let's move on to Encore. He's a fun client of mine. So he's in his early 20s. He's a graphic designer. He's looking to date for fun, nothing serious, just wants to get to know the people in his city, frequent some new spots that he's trying to get familiar with. His go to date spot has been his local dive bar. It just really shows you that Encore is a very casual guy. He's really fun, doesn't take things too seriously. And then, overall, he rather look cool than stuffy was something that he had mentioned a lot. He's like, I want to look like the cool guy. I like, I like skateboarding. I like all these things. I don't want to look like this, like in his words, like this suit that goes on a date. Let's talk about Encore's aesthetic a bit. Just from our conversation, he loves street art. So on the weekend, he'll go and grab a coffee from his favorite coffee shop and just walk around and check out street art. It's one of his favorite things to do. He loves discovering hole in the wall food places. So right now, he's on the hunt for his favorite burrito in the city. And then he also appreciates skateboard culture, whether it's brands that are all about the skateboard lifestyle or, just going on the weekend and watching the guys skateboard down these really steep hills. Like he loves that. So, his date, Nikki, she works in the restaurant industry. She loves music festivals. She loves traveling. And then she's a generally go with the flow person. So just out of these characteristics, I just got from Nikki that she's very laid back. She's a very casual person. She it doesn't take herself too seriously. She's a fun person. And so for Encore, his style persona is actually streetwear. And that's where, we had mentioned the skateboard culture. He likes to, he'd rather look a little more casual than dressy. And streetwear is a nice way to kind of stand out, wear really cool things, and feel, just kind of feel like you're representing yourself. And so for Encore, I recommended his favorite statement jacket. He does have a collection of jackets that we had built over time. Some of them were definitely more loud and colorful, but we had settled on the one that was a bit more just black and white. Really looks really nice, but I didn't want him to look too much for his first date. And then we had paired it with a t-shirt in a flattering color. So for Encore, his coloring is in autumn. I will explain that a bit later. So we picked a nice warm burgundy t-shirt for him. And then for his pants, because the jacket and the t-shirt are pretty casual, we decided to land on some chinos just to kind of, bring it up a notch. And then we're gonna roll the chinos at the bottom and then pair the look with a fresh white dressy sneaker with a no-show sock. Just because that shows that Ankur's trying, he's adding in that dressy sneaker. He does have a collection of these high top Nikes and all that stuff, but I didn't want him to go too deep into this like skateboardy look just for his first date, because one of the things he says is, oh, I don't want to appear too young looking, I don't want her to think I'm still a teenager or anything like that. So this was a way that we elevated his look for his first date. All right, now let's move on to Brett. Brett is in his late 20s. He's a software engineer. He is looking for a long-term relationship, and he cares a lot about comfort over all else. Like that was the one thing that came up over and over when we were going through his wardrobe. He's like, I just want to be comfortable. I just want to be comfortable. He uses a statement. He goes, I want to be wearing my clothes. I don't want my clothes to be wearing me. I need stretch. He just cares about being comfortable. And, just talking about Brett's aesthetic a bit, he doesn't care for attention. You can kind of tell from his description, and he wants his clothes to feel good. And, Brett has a very warm personality. He cares more about people's personalities rather than, how they look or anything like that. And, that's the type of what he wants to exude when he goes on these first dates. So his date with Syra. She works in marketing. She enjoys classical music. She appreciates good Italian food. That's like her jam. And then she loves hanging out with friends and family and describes herself as simple and chill. As you can see with Syra, just off the bat, it seems like she has a really warm personality. She's not too fussy, not high maintenance. She just likes to, live life and just really enjoy the small things and, just be happy. And so I think they would be a really good match for each other. And so for Brett, his style persona is smart casual. So smart casual just means you're wearing pieces that really, elevate you, but everything has a casual aesthetic to it. And so for Brett, I recommended an untucked printed button down shirt. And we were going to roll his sleeves up just for a bit more of that casual vibe. And, when it comes to his prints for Brett, I chose something that wasn't high contrast, meaning high contrast would be black and white, and low contrast is colors that kind of go with each other. So like you can see in that shirt, it's kind of like an olive green, a black, and a gray. They're all colors that are kind of like in each other's zone, so they're not too bright. Such a bright shirt. And then we did a dark wash slim jean just to be a little, put together, dressy. We paired the look with a casual boot. He lives in San Francisco. It's a little colder at night, so boots totally work. And then we chose one of his leather strap watches to accessorize, especially when he rolls up those sleeves. So as you can see with Brett's outfit, the focus is on him. He, first impression walks in, looks put together, looks like he tried, but, it's not an outfit that's going to be like, oh, like really cool this, really cool that, which Brett doesn't want. He just wants Brett to be the focus of the date and his interests and really connecting with the person. And as you can see, we created an outfit to really represent that for him. So overall, you can see we had 3 different personalities, 3 different style personas, how differently they would dress for a date. And, in my 10 years of working as a stylist, I've definitely noticed guys have a tendency to fall into 10 style personas. For example, rugged has come up a lot. Rugged's like the guy who, likes a little bit of distressing in his jeans, or he looks like he rides a motorcycle. He has some like leather jackets. So, that is more of a rugged personality. I've also seen guys who are modern. They love those high contrast button down shirts with really fun prints, and they like to pair it with chinos and sneakers and all that. And then, I have my athleisure guys, they hit the gym, they love, doing jujitsu and all that stuff. And they don't, they want to look decent, but they don't care for jeans or anything like that. They're like, man, if I could just wear joggers and a hoodie all the time, I'd be so happy. And that's your athleisure guy. And, I've taught them how to wear joggers and a hoodie to look a little more nice and dressed up rather than looking like you're in high school or something. And so, your personal style, your personal aesthetic matters so much when it decides on what impression you want to make for a date. So speaking of that, I want to quickly touch on the style game plan. The style game plan is this course that I've created, which is going to help you really identify these things about yourself. So I've created 10 modules. And the 10 modules are based off the one-on-one work I do with my clients. So I have a bit of a system that I've followed, and it's been very successful. And it starts off with, helping guys discover their personal style. So I teach the 10 popular style personas that I've seen over and over. Plus, I've added 3 bonus ones I've been seeing kind of poking up here and there. And we really get to identify what speaks to you, what's your thing. And then we go into dressing for your body. There are certain brands out there that are made for specific body types, whether you're a taller guy, a shorter guy, a rounder guy, it doesn't matter. There are clothes that are made for you. And specific brands make their clothing for specific fit models. And I've seen it time from time. As soon as I see a guy, I'm like, all right, here's his personal style, here's his body type, here's like the 5, 10 places he's going to shop from. And I also want to help you understand fit. So it's like, how do I balance out my body? What if I have a really long torso and like short legs? How do I make my legs look longer? There's little tricks that you can do, which I teach. And then, I had mentioned Encore's autumn coloring. So, seasonal color analysis. So one of the modules, I'm going to live walk you through how to do this on yourself. And so you're going to discover based off your hair, your eye, your skin tone, you're going to understand, are you a spring? Are you a summer? Are you an autumn? Are you a winter? And each category has about 12 to 15 colors that look the best on you. And on top of that, you're going to know, okay, should I go for a silver watch? Should I go for a gold watch? You're going to know what metal tone to go for. And then just a little bit more about me before I wrap up. I've been a personal stylist for over 10 years. My specialty is men. I do help men and women, but just living out in the San Francisco Bay Area, there are a ton of men here who need a lot of help with their style. And so I've just become one of the go-to stylists for menswear. I've turned my one-on-one style system into a course. So, all the stuff I do one-on-one in my clients in their home with them, I am, really breaking down that system so it's digestible. And just a bit about me, I just love helping people. I have gone through the style journey myself, and I know how it feels to not really feel good in your clothing or not know what to buy, or just buying a bunch of stuff that you're throwing out. And what it does to your confidence, what it does to how you engage with the world and how you come off energetically. And so once I've worked on it for myself, I was really able to make my service even better because I did it on myself first. And yeah, so I just genuinely love helping people look and feel good. My philosophy is the more happier, confident people there are in this world, the more joy they're going to spread, and we're going to make this world a better place. And the purpose of this whole thing about style game plan is I want style to be accessible. Working one-on-one with me, as I mentioned earlier, it's slightly on the pricier side, and there's some people that can afford that. That's awesome. But there's people that can't. Maybe you just graduated from college and you are looking for your first job, or you're trying to make a career shift. Whatever it is, I want style to be more accessible, and this is my way to bring this out to you guys and make sure that everyone's getting help. And then last but not least, I truly believe style is learnable. Um, you know, a lot of people feel overwhelmed when it comes to shopping, or feeling like they have to be on top of the trends and following all this stuff, and learn. It's literally just understanding these things about yourself. Like I mentioned, your body type, your best colors, your personal style, how to build an outfit for yourself, what to wear where, and just really narrowing down these things makes style fun because it's more digestible. So for example, once you know the 10 places that, fit your style and body type, it's actually fun to go on those websites and be like, oh, cool, let me see, what the store has for me. Let me go in store and check out some stuff because I know everything really fits me well here and I like it. Um, And you can see the transition of it going from being overwhelmed to actually being enjoyable. And so, that's who I am. And as you can tell, I'm a very warm, kind person. I am an empath. I'm never mean to any of my styling clients. I'm literally here to listen to you, make space for you, hold space for you, and really help you understand this confusing part of your life and make it easier for you. And that's just how I approach, my one-on-one services as well as the course. And that's what you're going to genuinely see from me. So never be afraid. Oh, she's going to make fun of me. She's going to think this. I don't judge at all. I am here to help you and guide you in my way. Last but not least, if you want to stay in touch with me, let me move myself over a bit. You can stay in touch with me. I have some awesome Pinterest boards. I like to, put, I think images speak so much for us. So I have an awesome Pinterest account where you can see tons of inspiration from. You can follow me on IG and TikTok. I like to post videos on there of just myself philosophies. Pocketstylist.io is my men's fashion blog, and feel free to go on there. You can subscribe to my email list. I like to send out emails maybe once or twice a week, just with great advice that I don't post on the blog. And then the Style Game Plan is the website for the course. So if you're interested, there is a founding member application on the stylegameplan.com that you can fill out. I will review it to make sure you are a good match, and you can become a founding member. I would probably do that pretty soon just because we are starting, as you can see, pretty soon, which I'm super excited for. So if you'd like to join those guys and be part of the Style Game Plan as a founding member, get on it. And if you genuinely want to reach out to me, stylist@pocketstylist.io. I love hearing from you. I love hearing, any advice that has just helped you out a bit. If you have any questions for me, I've had people reach out to me with they just feel very confused about stuff. And they're like, hey, can you just answer this one question for me? I love to hear from you. So don't ever be shy to reach out. I'm here to help you out. And like I said, I genuinely just love helping people. I want to create happy, confident people. That's just my jam. And this is my way to do it. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and, doing this masterclass. Good luck with your dating, again, whether it's dating your partner, whether you're going out to dates. Dress as who you are, not who you think you should be. And I can tell you that automatically will shift your energy, will shift your confidence. You can be yourself more. And guys, go take chances, go take risks, go ask, those people that you were interested out. Go have fun. Dating can be intimidating, but I can tell you from, the girl side of things, it's intimidating for us too. And we're really shy as well. And it's hard for us to go up to people. So go and take some risks and take some chances. All right, guys, take care.